Well, people may be interested in the waterproof trousers that I've got on here, and I will show you. These are Arcteryx, and I must admit Arcteryx is a ridiculously expensive brand, but it is one that I've used for many years. I used to have a waterproof jacket, but it literally was so old the glue fell apart on it, so I had to get a Rab Gore Tex because I couldn't really afford to get another Arcteryx jacket. I couldn't really justify the cost, but I wanted a pair of waterproof trousers that fitted my stupid little fat stomach, and that was the right leg length, that I could get on and off easily, and that preferably had a fly, you know, for doing your wiggles from. And these are just absolutely perfect, and they weren't too expensive either. They weren't cheap, but they weren't ridiculously expensive, although I still think they were over £200. But I think these are the Arcteryx Beta AR, but they're the ones that has a full length zip on the outside of that leg and a full length zip on the outside of that leg, and that makes getting these on and off very easy. There is a clip at the top which you undo there, and then you can literally undo the zip all the way top and bottom. Okay, you can't unzip them completely. They're still going to be relatively easy, hopefully, to take off over the boot. So we were live on TV, as it were. I'm thinking, I've never actually taken them off over boots, as you can now tell, but I'm thinking if you undo this one far enough, Lassie, come on, we want to find out whether I can, yes. So it looks like as long as you undo the zip about 1/3 of, I've got my nighttime wear on, so I'm trying to be a little bit discreet. As long as you undo them about 1/3 of the way down, and about 2/3, oh bloody hell, 2/3 of the way up, oh bloody hell, then you can get them off. And then obviously this side here, if you undo 1/3 of the way down and 2/3 of the way up, yeah, then you can get them off. And these are pretty big, chunky La Sportiva boots. You get a fly at the front, but no button at the top. You get a draw cord in the front only. There is nothing at the back to be able to tighten them up or anything like that. So you literally just get a draw cord for the front section here, which I think works fine. They're obviously Gore Tex. They're taped on the inside. I've used them a couple of times in pretty poor weather, and they've kept the weather out. Marginally less ridiculous looking. I do like a kilt a quilting camp is very handy. So you have a popper at the top, which obviously pops up there, one on each side, and then there's a popper, when I can find it, on the bottom, which does up there. You might be able to undo the top for venting, but if you do, then they're literally being held up by one popper, which is likely to pop open, maybe not. So if you want to vent them, you know, you could open the top a little bit, but they might come undone. Realistically, if you need to vent, then you're probably going to have your bottom popper done up, and then just, you know, open the zip a little way like that. They're very light, you know, I'll weigh them when I get home, but for you know, for a proper waterproof trouser, over trouser, you know, with full length zips and a fly on the front. Lassie, leave that hole. They're light enough. They're light enough for 3 to 4 season use. They're probably good enough for winter use, I would guess, with crampons. They don't have a crampon patch as such, but being Arcteryx, they do have a pad on the inside, you know, for wear and abrasion there. Maybe they could have put it on the outside, might have been better, but they still put a patch on the inside for abrasion on the inside to protect. So I'm guessing the Gore Tex is probably somewhere there to protect that. So you do have that there. It looks like there's a little hole there and one there, so you get 2 holes. So I'm guessing that you could, if you wanted to, put some cord or string through those to keep them over your boot. There are no pockets, but again, you don't really need pockets because you could undo the top zip to access, you know, your trousers. But these are a medium short and are fine for my short, fat, hairy legs. You know, they fit around me. You cannot pull them on. You know, they're not pull-onable. You do need to, well, I certainly do, to get them over my stomach. I do need to undo a side popper, you know, to get them on. Let's quickly, because this video is starting to grow, let's see if we can get them out. Oh no, hang on, sorry. Try and stay in the camera, Tony. You can, obviously, if you're not in cam, try not to get your tread and everything on the inside of the trousers. It kind of would be best if you don't stand on the Gore Tex. And then obviously you can pull that up there, take that off, just drop that down there, and then you can pull them up, and then you do have to breathe in. This is why the popper by itself probably won't hold. And then the zipper does up over your boot there. I'd say that they're a snug, close, but comfortable fit, and they go right down over the boot like that. So, you know, if you're looking for a reasonably lightweight, this way, that way, Lassie, a reasonably lightweight, waterproof Gore Tex over trouser, these will fit over normal trousers. What I would do if I was setting off first thing and it was hammering it down with rain, I would maybe, and it wasn't too cold, I'd probably just put them next to skin. I think they'd be comfortably enough next to skin, because then, you know, you're not going to overheat. Or if you've got some super lightweight leggings that are much lighter, like 100 grams or something like that, just something that's really, really light that you can carry with you, you could put those on. Your trousers, put in your pack to keep them dry, and just, it's more comfortable that way. Put some leggings on that are very lightweight, and then put these over those leggings. Doesn't have to be merino, just some synthetic lining leggings would be fine. It's just an idea, you don't have to do that. I've done it once when I've been walking in all day rain, and it's just more comfortable than, you know, than trousers under there. And then your trousers, they're dry for the next day as well, although, you know, they shouldn't get wet under here, but you know, it's just a thought anyway. So again, I hope you have found this video helpful and informative. If you have, then please hit that like button, the share button. Please, if possible, try to share my videos on social media and other places like that. Try and get these videos out, because that's one way that will help this channel to grow. Also, if you've got to the end, as always, anyone who gets to the end of my videos, you have always helped the most. Thank you very much indeed, and I will see you in the next video.